Well, hi everybody, and what a beautiful sunny day we've got here today. Absolutely fabulous. The pond's all going well, the fish are loving it, the flowers are starting to come out. A lovely day, lily flowers are coming. Beautiful day. Right, well what I've been doing is fitting some strip lights to the pond, and they actually fit under this edge here, underneath the edge of these copings. They fit under there. It's a strip light, it's 5 metres, and they change colour and all sorts of things. But that's what I've been doing, that's what I've been up to, and they come up. I wanted to start them because mine round there, the diameter round that edge of the pond is 6 metres, and they come in 5 metre strips. So what I was hoping to do is leave half a metre this end before I started and half a metre the other. But the actual cable to them, I don't know whether you can see that, is very short, so I've had to start them this end. So we're about a metre the other end without any lights, but I don't think that's too bad actually, as it's towards the skimmer, and I could probably light the skimmer anyway. What I actually did was to drop the water level on the pond a couple of inches so that I'd got room to get under the copings to stick the actual ribbon of lights, and I used it's a bit like a silicone, it's the stuff that they sent with my splashback on my cooker to stick that on. It's supposed to stick anything, and I used that to stick them on, and they seem to be holding quite well. And I've got some little G-clamps, and I just G-clamped it here and there just to make sure it didn't start peeling off at all, and left it overnight, and it seems to have worked fine. So I'll give you guys a show of that tonight and just show you what the ribbon light looks like, and all the different colours it's got. It's got so many different colours, it's untrue. Now I hope you can see it. This is the remote control that you get with it. I mean, crikey, how many buttons are on there? So what I'll do is just show you the different colours that you can get with it, and I'll have to be down there near it to get it to work because I've got it boxed in. That's just showing you a few of the colours that it can do. That's on white at the moment, but I cannot believe just how many colours and patterns, and you can have flashing or fading, all sorts of things. You can actually adjust it to your own colour that you want. They're incredible really, and I think it was about £26. That's with everything, the remote control, the power pack, and a 5 metre strip of multi-changing lights. Right, I do have a slight problem in the filter house. What I will do is just turn that pump off because it is quite loud. That's better. What I do have is a problem in here. The pump that feeds the Backet River has decided to spring a leak for some reason. Why, I don't know. It's worked perfectly alright up till now, but it's just decided to start leaking. But what I want to do, I've made it so the pump can actually sit on the floor. What I want to do is the pipe that comes from the RDF, I want to run that straight across into the pump and then up, which will save all this big U-bend here and should help the pump a little bit more water. So what I want to do is put a shelf in at the back there to sit the pump on, and then plumb the pump straight in and up instead of having to go down and then the pump having to lift that other, what, just over a foot more in height. So like I say, I'll put a shelf at the back, sit the pump on it, and then repipe this. Now I have got 2 unions on it, so I can take the pump out. The problem I do have is the fixing on the pump itself there. I don't have another one of them. and I've not left a lot of pipe on it before the 90-degree elbow. So what I'm going to have to do is cut that off and then try to get this 90-degree elbow off the piece of pipe that goes into that fitting, because I've soldered it into that fitting. So I've got to heat it up and try to get that off so that I can reuse it, which isn't going to be easy. Plus the fact I'm going to have to shut all my filters down to do this. So it's going to have to be as quick as I possibly can as well, because I don't like my filters shut down too long. I've got to take that back algae killer off the wall, which doesn't kill anything. I'll take that off and chuck it. But let's have a go anyway. We'll get the shelf in and see where we go from there. Right, well this is the piece in question. I've cut that off. The 90 elbow did come off there and up. Now I've cut that off. The problem now is going to be getting that off that inner pipe. So I'm going to have to heat it up. This is a bit thicker than the inner pipe actually, so I might have a problem. But this is the grey stuff that's got to come off the white stuff. So I've got to heat it up and get it out. I'm not quite sure how this is going to go. Right guys, I've cut through it. I used an hacksaw blade to cut through it. So I've cut through the pipe. Now I'm going to heat it up and see if I can prise that off. I just cut through until I saw the white of the actual pipe itself and then stopped. So let's see if we can get it off. As that's got it off, now we've just got to clean it up and get it into the straight connection. So we'll give that a good clean up next. Okay guys, that's got it all clean up and that's what it's going to fit into. So I'm hoping we've got away with it. So I've just got to solvent weld this up now. I should put plenty of solvent weld on it because there are a few hills and hollers in that. So plenty of solvent weld and get it glued together. Now this isn't the normal solvent weld that I usually use, so I'm not too sure about it, but we'll see how things go. I should put some on here. I don't like the brush, I prefer the cotton wool, but here we go. We'll have a go now. I want plenty around this piece here, plenty of solvent weld on it. I want to run plenty on that to make sure that we get a good bite onto it. I'm going to soak it well with it, and we're going to hope that does the job. Push it on and turn, and then go round with your finger to take all this mess off. And I'm hoping that will do the trick. Give it a wipe inside, and we're hoping that'll do it. So now we'll go get this fitted back to the pump. So we're going to put the thread tape on the pump this way, so that when you thread the end thread on, it keeps the thread tape down basically. You don't pull it up by screwing the thread on. So we should be going on this way round on the thread. Now, like I say, I do want plenty of thread tape on here to get a good seal. And hopefully that'll do us. Just take that little bit off there. Okay, so now we're going to put this section on there. Hopefully, once we get it started. Right, where's my grips? We're going to tighten it up now. Now hopefully that should do the job. All in all, a good job. We've just got the end section. This section's got to go back. This end piece has got to be cut off and then put back on here. So we'll get on with that next. Okay guys, and there we have it. I have put, as you can see, the ball valve in there that runs now straight across to the pump instead of going down and back up again, and then straight up and to the Backy River. So let's hope all's good. I'm going to strike it back up now and see if we've got any leaks. We're all back up and running. No leaks at the moment, and the pump's been brought off the floor and up about 14 inches I think I've brought it up. The Backy River has got a lot more flow through it now. If I can just show you it, I'm not quite sure how much light we've got, but that has a lot more flow over the top now. I don't know whether you guys can pick that up because it's quite dark in there, but it is flowing well, very well. So I'm pleased I did it. It sorted that problem out. I've still got the air pump going, so it might be a little bit noisy, but that's got it all done. All done and sorted, all back up and running. Okay guys, what I'm doing here is I've just been giving the pond a good hoover out. The capture bin is full, so it's been fetching up plenty, and it's pretty cloudy in there now. I've stirred it up somewhat, so the RDF's working overtime at the minute, but that'll settle. It's probably a bit easier to see if we have a look up here. I've got all that green slimy stuff off the bottom. You probably can't see it because of the sun, but that's what I'm at the moment. Just getting the algae out of the pond and all the sludge that's settled. Now I've had to give the box just a quick clean out because it was absolutely full of algae. So I've just given that a quick clean out and I'm going to start again. So I'm just going to go over it again. Now I can see what I'm doing. It has cleared a little bit. So now I can see a little bit. I can carry on. The good thing about this thing is now that I've got this box set up, I don't lose any pond water. If I want to keep hoovering, I can just keep going. Okay guys, I did the big clean out on the pond. I'm not quite sure what you can see, there's quite a bit of glare on the pond at the moment. I got it all hoovered out yesterday and I finished off with giving it a good brushing over. Brushed all the pond walls down and everything. So when I'd finished you couldn't see a thing in there, but it slowly cleared up. Look at them, they think they're going to get fed. But it was just like a mud pond yesterday, but overnight my filters cleared it. It's not too bad at all. The flower boxes I planted have come really nice. They've come well. Quite surprised at that, and I'm dead chuffed. They're coming really well. The flowers are really starting to hang over the front now and look really nice going around that wall up there. I've got them all the way around the wall, but they've come really well. Well pleased with them. Right guys, I've got a little tip for you. Something that just might help. On the RDF, on the drum, mine's been running 14 or 15 months now, and it's been spot on. But what I have found is the tap water kept the bacteria off it well. I've needed no UV light on it at all, and the tap water did a good job, but it was getting a brown tint to the mesh. So what I've done is get my Karcher pressure washer. It's a Karcher K4. You can see it there, it stands in the sun, and I've just given it a quick wash off with the Karcher pressure washer. I didn't realise how sort of dingy it had gone, and I've just given it the once over. I took the belt off so that I could turn the drum by hand, and it's absolutely just fetched it up just like new. It will stand a pressure washer, don't go too mad, just up and down the barrel and just clean it up basically. So just a little tip for you, you can actually clean your drum with a pressure washer and it will bring it back to like brand new. Well everybody, as you can see, the pond net is on. It's about 8 o'clock at night and I've still not had my tea yet, and they've not had theirs. Look, they're waiting for it. So I should just give them a little bit of food before I go. Just chuck them a handful in. I'll be there a lot until tomorrow. Having the supper. So guys, that's about it from me. All that remains to say is do take care. Thanks for watching and happy ponding.